My gosh, I am a stay-at-home mother, and I just care so much about Chad, Brad, and little Timothy that I just could never like. My life is just about devoting my time to my children because I am a woman.
Hey, it's me.
Hi, welcome to my channel, where I like to yap about different topics. And today we're going to talk about being a pick me, what it looks like, and when you might be a pick me yourself. Now, at this channel, we like to do our verse of the day for our daily pickup with God before we get into the topic and the nitty gritty. Today, our verse of the day is Matthew 22, verse 14. Many are invited, but few are chosen. So, today we're going to talk about what being a pick me looks like. Now, before we get started, I want to tell you guys what I think a pick me is. So, to me, a pick me is a woman, at least this is a term typically given to a woman, but it can refer to men as well. But to me, a pick me is a woman who cares about male validation, male attention, and to do this, she will be willing to put down her friends in order to get it. So, in some ways, this might look like a pick me woman saying, "Oh my gosh, you have to wear makeup every day? I could never." Something like that is kind of what gives pick me. Now, I've been wanting to talk about this topic for a while. When I was doing my research for the male and female gaze, I ran across this podcast interview where a woman was describing what she sees as a pick me. So here is the inspiration for this video.
Red flags for friends, like when they're boy crazy. And I mean boy crazy in a way that's like would leave their friend for a guy, centers their life around men, the male gaze, like don't want to, also might even like put you down a little bit in front of friends, like, like how long does it take you to do your makeup? Like I could
you mean in front of
never,
guys?
just like in general, like their whole life revolves on how they're
Like a
being
pick-me
perceived.
girl.
Like a pick me girl,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in general, they're just boy crazy. Their life revolves around men. Like
Yeah.
everything about them is male centered,
Yeah.
male validation, male acceptance.
Yeah.
Yuck, girl. Get a life, get something, get like some internal validation.
So in this video, she talks about what a pick me looks like to her and why she does not like pick me's. Me personally, in any experience I've had with pick me's, I just think the most thing that sucks about being around a pick me is being the butt of the joke or all constantly being embarrassed, being the other. And I think pick me's really do well at separating themselves from women by trying to differentiate themselves, whether it's in the pursuit of male attention or even around a group of friends. Like she was saying, some pick me's go as far as acting like this in front of other women just to kind of make themselves seem superior. Now, there is a tier to pick me's, and I think everybody has a little bit of a pick Misha in them. There's the mini pick Misha who's barely there, where you might just say some side comments and not even realize you're being a pick me. There's a pick Misha who comes out when men come around and you're only being a pick Misha because you want male attention or you want male validation. And then there's the pick Misha who just thinks all the time she is like the supreme woman because she doesn't do XYZ. For example, in one of my topics, I have talked about time and time again, but never at a deep level. I've talked about femininity and masculinity. And we know most men think that if you are a mother, you should be staying at home, and it's more feminine to stay at home and to be a homemaker than it is to be like an entrepreneur and a business woman, right? So there are some pick me women in the pursuit of male validation who will be like, "Oh my gosh, I am a stay-at-home mother, and I just care so much about Chad, Brad, and little Timothy that I just could never like. My life is just about devoting my time to my children because I am a woman." Like that's how they act, right? And that's my Pygmisha voice, so she's gonna come out quite a few times this video. But that's how they act. Whereas they will look at women who are mothers, but they're working mothers, and they're like, I just I just can't imagine like being away from home from my kids. I can't imagine having to go to work every day and not being with my kids. Like, how do you do that? Like, how do you like not being with your kids? Like, really? You like working? Like, like they kind of shame other women for being outside of the house when the fact of the matter is a lot of people don't have the luxury to not work. A lot of women do not have the luxury to not work and to be stay-at-home moms. Like this is a luxury. Being a stay-at-home mom is a luxury. Living off of one income is a luxury. And this could be a whole nother video, which will probably come in the future. But this is just an example of like that top tier pick me, where even when men are not around, they might shame their friends for living a lifestyle that they deem unfeminine, because they're viewing femininity from a masculine or from a male standard. They're viewing femininity in the eyes of misogyny. And that's why I say a lot of us are guilty of having pick me ish habits, because if you are raised in a patriarchy and you're raised in this society, women, from the day we are born, we are taught to want to please men, to want to catch men, to want to be appealing in the eyes of men. So I don't fault anybody for having pick me ish habits. I'm sure I've had some things I've said in the past that were very pick me ish, but I do fault you if you go above and beyond, in perpetuating these standards and perpetuating these sayings towards other women, because then you're being a pick me by choice, in my opinion. Like there's a part of it being ingrained in you, and then there's a part of it where you're just feeding it, and you're really trying to be like the pick me final boss, and those type of women exist. So on my For You page, I do get a lot of these videos, and it's going to be my second point. I get a lot of these point of view videos where it's like, point of view, you're hanging out with your friends and your friend starts acting like a pick me, XYZ. So I'm going to show you guys one of these videos just to give a better example of what a pick me looks like in real life.
So I'm finna drive to the Airbnb, and do y'all want to come too?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, well
For
then
sure.
some of y'all can get in my car. And Ariel, you got your car?
I don't have my car.
My bad. She don't got no car, y'all. I forgot you broke.
What?
I forgot
My
you ain't had
car
no
just in
money.
the shop.
So I guess all the dudes can just like pile up in my car, and Ariel, you can like maybe sit in the trunk.
What? That's not even funny.
I'm playing. I can Uber you, and then I'll drive all the dudes, and I'll just Uber you because I know you can't pay for it.
What, bro? Can't pay
That's
for
cool
it.
with you?
Are you for real?
Well, it's
right
gonna
now?
have to be. Y'all ready?
Hey, get it sexy.
Bow,
Bow,
Get it.
best
Every
friend.
time to twerk and like hype them up and get them to hype you up, I can see your pad. So like,
I'm not
what?
even wearing
I
a
think
pad.
kinda need to sit down.
Me neither. I don't
What
even
is
see
she
her
talking
pad.
about? Oh, y'all couldn't see it?
No.
I maybe it's the smell that's making me feel like I can see your pad. Like, what, girl? If anybody needs to be twerking around them, it should be me. But yeah, I'm just trying to let you know. Anyways, I was just saying, like, I was single for like, if any of y'all wanted a little girlfriend, wanted to settle down, I'm single.
Yeah, I'm single
Wait.
too, y'all. So
Did anybody smell that?
no,
It
smell
smells like
what?
poop. Like, it smells like, I don't know, it smells like dead
I don't
fish.
smell
Some
anything.
type of, ugh. Ariel, let me smell you.
Girl, what?
Girl, why would you come out around them like that, smelling like that?
Girl, I just got out the
single,
shower.
y'all, but she's saying. I'm just kidding.
Girl,
I'm just kidding.
you.
Like, you do need a little bit of perfume. But y'all, my friend's single too if y'all want her.
So I love these kind of videos. I get them a lot. I just think they're very funny. And not only are they funny, but they kind of can make you realize, oh, I might have a friend who's a pick me because I've experienced this before. Now, obviously, these videos are the extreme of a pick me, but you've probably had a friend where you are out with a group of guys and maybe one guy's giving you a little bit too much attention because he thinks you're cute, and she might come up like, oh, hey girl, like, don't you know XYZ was trying to get in touch with you? Like, stop acting like you don't got another man, or stop acting like you don't got a man. Like, maybe she's just trying to embarrass you in some kind of way or fashion. Or maybe while you're flirting with the guy, she might come up and just be like, oh girl, like, I don't know how you come outside dressed like that. Like, I just can't show that much skin. Like, you're so bold. Or, you know what I mean? Like, she just might try to embarrass you. Now, obviously, I'm having a hard time coming up with examples because I feel like most of the women I've met have been like girls, which that is gonna be another video coming up. This is gonna be like a whole thing. But yeah, so I have a lot of girls friends, so I've never experienced this before. But if you have stories of interacting with a pick me friend who is like an extreme pick me, where maybe she tries to embarrass you in front of other men, please put those down in the comments. And if you're a guy watching this video and you've had stories of a pick me guy trying to embarrass you in front of girls, put that down in the comments too, because I actually want to understand more about what it looks like when a guy is a pick me, because that is a real thing. But yeah, so I just love this video because it shows the examples of what being a pick me looks like. And what sucks about being a pick me, the big joke with being pick me is that you're not going to get chosen still. Like, you still not going to get chose just because you act this way. A great example of a pick me final boss who's not chosen is a Pearly Davis. She is like an internet personality. She goes on podcasts and stuff, and she just perpetuates a lot of these masculine standards for women, about what an ideal woman is. And she said things like, if you're 25 and you're not married, like you're expired basically, like nobody's gonna want you after that. If you don't have kids before you're 30, you're rotten goods, XYZ. Like she said things like that, right? But she's like 27 or 28 and she don't got no husband. Like I just find that so funny because you have a platform and you perpetuate these standards that you don't even live by. Like you can't even fit the standard. Like you were not chosen, yet you put these standards on other women, saying that they won't get chosen because of XYZ. I don't know. It's just kind of funny. But yeah, so I think being a pick me is a trap because a lot of these women don't realize you're still a woman. It doesn't matter how much you claim to be different. It doesn't matter how much you claim to not wear makeup or to be better smelling than other girls, or to be less maintenance than other girls, or to not need like a lot of quality time like other girls, or XYZ, whatever you might be claiming that separates you from other women. You're still going to be a victim of misogyny at the end of the day because you are a woman. There's nothing you can do to change that. And I think one thing as women we have to realize, we do a lot better together than apart. There's no point in us separating ourselves from each other when really we should be trying to build each other up and encourage each other and just, be like, we should just be women, like be together. You know what I mean? But I feel like misogyny and the patriarchy, it really does pit women against each other. And a pick me is exactly that. She's a woman who's going to pit herself against other women, to seek approval from men rather than just being a girl's girl. So, and obviously this video isn't about being a girl's girl, so I don't want to get into this too much. So my final point for this video is that sometimes being an anti-pick me can be pick me-ish, which means you and even me at times, well, not me, because I know I don't do this, but maybe you, because I don't do this, but maybe you at times will say things claiming to be anti pick me and you're being a pick me. There's a point of view I saw about this that made me want to bring up this point, so here it is.
Okay, I'm sorry, but girls who drink beer because they like it are pick-me's. Like, nobody likes beer, except for guys. Oh, and girls who are like, oh, I'm gonna eat a burger at this restaurant because I'm on a date with a guy and, like, I need to prove to him that I can, like, you're a pick-me. Pick-me, pick-me, pick. You're a pick-me. And don't even get me started on girls who like sports. Like, oh, you like sports? You're gonna sit on this couch and watch an entire football game and enjoy it? No, honey, you just want to impress Chad, Brad, and Thad. Like, pick me, choose me, love me. Wait, Josh, where are you going?
Okay, so I love this video because it's coming from the point of view of being a woman who essentially is claiming that if you like quote unquote masculine things, you're just being a pick me. Like, there's no way you can eat a burger. Like, you're just trying to impress your date. You don't like burgers. Like, it's that same kind of thing. And unfortunately, women are complex, just like men, and people are complex. So I think this whole concept of saying, oh, that's only for men and that's only for girls, it's stupid. And this is going to be a whole nother video, but I think we really hurt ourselves when we put ourselves in a box when we say that only women should get their nails done, or when we say only men should eat burgers on dates. Like, what? And that perpetuates misogyny because at the end of the day, you're still trying to pit yourself against women. So to be clear, being a pick me girl, like, you can't call a pick me girl because I can't speak. You can't call a girl a pick me because she likes to wear clean girl makeup and she likes soccer and she likes to wear sneakers instead of heels or XYZ. That girl's not a pick me. She just might like clean girl makeup. She just might be a tomboy. She just might like sports. She's not a pick me. Now, if that same girl says she likes clean girl makeup, but then she goes to you like, I can't believe you have to cake your face like that every morning just to get out of bed. Like, I can't. I just don't know what it's like. I just need concealer and mascara and I just look beautiful and I could just go anywhere like this. Like, it just must suck to have to cake your face every day. Like, if she's like that, then sure, call her a pick me cuz she's trying to put you down. But if you have a girl who's like, "Oh yeah, girl, I love your makeup. Like, I like clean girl makeup, but I really love how you did your makeup today. Like, that's so pretty." Like, if she's not putting you down in any way, if there's a compliment in it, like, don't call her a pick me because she likes clean girl makeup. And obviously this is a hard standard because it's very easy to accidentally be pick me-ish. And the reason I say that is because I've seen it happen, at least even in my own relationships, where maybe I've talked about liking a certain product, and then I've had a friend be like, "Oh yeah, I wish I could like that product, but my skin is just, I'm just too bougie for that. Like I can't, it kind of feels like they might be putting you down a little bit, like, oh girl, you cheap, I'm bougie, I gotta, you know what I mean? And so that's why I say everybody can be a little bit pick me-ish, and I don't think that's bad. And the reason I say I don't think that's bad is because we're ingrained to think this way. We're ingrained to sometimes want to separate ourselves and especially differentiate ourselves from other women. Now, this is when you take the time to look inward and to evaluate, why do I have to be different? Why do I have to be more special or more unique, XYZ, whatever the case may be? Why do I have to feel the need to put my friend down in order to put myself up? Obviously, the answer is there may be some internal insecurity, there may be some need for internal validation within, um, and that takes time to find. But I do think that we have to be very careful at who we call pick me's, because nowadays everybody gets called a pick me. Like everybody. You like to wear, I don't know, all black, you a pick me. You like to wear bows and frills and coquette core, you're a pick me. Like it doesn't matter what we do nowadays. It feels like we're getting to the point of calling everybody a pick me just because we don't like what kind of woman they are. And that's when it becomes anti pick me ish, makes you a pick me. So if you're at that point of your journey in life, look in and figure out why people living their lives bother you so much. But if you're at the point where you're like, everybody just do what they want, which I think everybody should get to that point. Like everybody should just be free to live, to be free to like what they like. Like if you're a girl who likes soccer, all power to you. I don't know how soccer works. It looks cool. I don't think I'm watching a 45-minute game of soccer or an hour-long game of soccer. I'm not doing that. But girl, if you like it, I love it. You know what I mean? So like we have to give people freedom to just be themselves and to have their own interests, and we should stop labeling different interests as masculine and feminine or deciding who gets to like what. It's not fair, obviously. So, yeah, that is the end of my yap session. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I can't wait to hear from you in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe so I can see you next time. Bye, babies.